There's someone else coming in right now. Let's go ahead and we have Riley, I think from Michigan. Riley, you there?
Hey, what up?
Hey, Riley. Nice. I'm glad I can hear you. How can I help you today?
Yes. All right. I don't know if you remember, but I actually got to meet with you back in March, when I was visiting Tokyo, and I just wanted to ask you.
Oh my
I was
goodness,
talking
you're
with.
right. That's right. We talked. I've been meaning to
Yeah,
email you. I am
you're
so
all good.
sorry.
No, you're all good. You're all good. You're really busy, and I appreciate the work you do. So you're all good.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that we can
So
connect here. Wow. Thank you so much
yeah,
for connecting here.
you're welcome.
Okay.
So
How can I help you?
I was gonna ask. I was talking with my parents the other day.
Hmm.
So to put a long story very short, my dad was a pastor at this one church.
Yes, I
Um,
remember.
yes, and so he started to approach his beliefs differently, not in a walking away, just kind of some of the gray area things like should women be pastors, should all these crazy different things, should we still eat pork, all these different things,
Okay.
and he just approached it in the way of when someone else believes differently than us, if they still have the same core foundations, do we really need to turn away from them? And the church was very, well, they're wrong because our main pastor is a very black and white person.
Yeah.
And so our main pastor, when he saw my dad, he thought my dad was completely walking away from the faith, which was not what was happening. And that was a very painful experience for us. That was even my dad's best friend and college roommate.
Yeah.
So the main pastor. And so we ended up leaving because they didn't want us teaching and we didn't want to cause more conflict than necessary because it was still a very beautiful church with good things happening. We didn't want to break that apart.
Mm.
That was over 2 years ago at this point.
Okay.
And man, we have just struggled to be plugged back into a group like that. And it's super weird because location wise, we're still in the same place. And so I see all these people that I used to go to church with, and I'm just in such a different world now. And
Mm.
we're trying new churches all the time. And I started to be very turned off the church and had opened
Uh,
up about it to my parents the other day.
mm.
And we were talking, and I just told them, I said, I never expect any church to feel perfect. Obviously, no church is perfect, but everyone I go to feels almost wrong to me. And just all these things that it just doesn't feel quite right.
Hmm.
And for me personally, I know it's been a big thing for my whole family, but for me personally, it leaves me feeling very um a little purposeless because I was very plugged into our old church
Yeah.
and very like I'm running on a battery that's not getting recharged. I mean, you mentioned it in literally the last call,
Hmm.
how important it is to have that person. And there are some things that are very personal that I'm aware I need to keep myself in check. But there are other things that I know comes from. I mean, they call it a church body for the reason. For that
Right.
reason, you're not meant to act alone. So I just want to know if you had any tips of trying to find ways to get plugged in with like-minded people, um, or even just doesn't even always have to be completely like-minded people, but just to find that community of people I can talk to and we can, you know, build each other up and debate these little things and all of that those people that are there to support you and kind of build you back up. Is there really any other method better than, church hopping every Sunday? Or is it kind of just trying things out until something feels kind of right?
Right. So I do have some thoughts for you. For one, that is, I can relate. I had a falling out with a church where I was their
Okay.
youth leader, and there was
Mm,
a lot of miscommunication, and essentially, you know, I stopped going to the church and I ended up going to
sorry
another
to go
church.
through that.
It was rough, and I'm sparing you the details, mainly because I don't want to gossip, But it was
Right.
very, very difficult. And when you talk about hurt, it was just kind of
Mhm.
like I wish things were done differently. I wish,
Right.
and it's tough, especially when it comes from friends and it comes from people who
Mhm.
are trusted. So
Definitely.
there is the church hop that you can do. At the same time, I think that there is another way that you can have fellowship, and
Okay.
it's actually just investing in meaningful friendships. Because think about it, the church, it is not a building, it is
Mm,
a people.
right.
Like we are the church. And it's something that I have had the benefit of having. And
Okay.
what I mean by that is there's some people, man, I've been in a lot of opportunities where I can just get in like heart to hearts with different people, and they'll talk to me about like some deep stuff about the things they're struggling
Yeah.
with. And it'll be like a wild ride. And I'll ask them very specifically, like, who else knows about this? And they're
Right.
like, well, actually only you. And I'm like, for one, I'm honored and thank you for sharing that with me. But at the same time, why? Why? This is a huge thing. I should not be the only one that you confide in about this big, huge
Right.
thing. And so for me, like, I have a lot of friends who I know love me, who are strong believers, who we can just talk. And sometimes our conversations are about God, and sometimes it's not, you know?
Mhm.
We actually just had, my wife and I, we just had a sleepover with a couple of our friends who are also a married couple.
Very cool.
And we just were, we were watching Avatar Last Airbender yesterday, and then
Nice.
we were just kind of
Nice.
like hanging out, and then we were having shave ice, and we took cold showers because it's like so hot here in Japan. But we just enjoyed each other's company, and we got to pray, and we got to be encouraged by each other, and like it
Right.
was just nice. Like that wasn't church, but at the same time it was. Like we were able to connect with them on a very, very deep level last night. We just had deep conversations and we loved it.
Right.
And then we got to pray, like, and it was fun.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
And so like for you now, like what does that look like? I think it
Mhm.
looks like whether you're at school, whether you're
Yeah.
at work, you are open about your faith, you share your faith,
Mhm.
and as you do this, you start finding other people that are like-minded and you serve. Here's another way that you
Okay.
can meet people is you get involved with volunteer things. Like find other
Mm.
churches. Like you can find instead of church hopping, you know what I would encourage you to do? I'd
Right.
encourage you to ministry hop. And when I say ministry
Okay.
hop, you look for ways that you can volunteer your time to help the youth, help with orphanages, help with whatever, because you know what's
Mm.
going to happen as you start helping out at these different places? They all don't go to the same church. They're all just there to help a
Right.
cause. And when you help that cause, you're going to find some like-minded people and you're like, dude, like let's go grab a coffee. You're like, what do you got going on? Like, oh yeah, hey, I'd love to work out with you. Or I like that's how relationships kind of start, you know? So I think that's one thing
Yeah.
that I would encourage you to do is maybe not when you go to these different churches, I would look at the different ministries that you could possibly like events that you could possibly
Okay.
help out at. And then by going to these events, you're helping people, you'll probably be attached to a team, and you might find other people that have a similar heart to you. And that could be a way that you can make meaningful friendships. And then from those meaningful
Okay.
friendships, you can just regularly ask them, like, hey, I want to go grab a coffee and just,
Mm.
talk. Maybe you can even ask, like, hey, you want to start a little Bible study? And bam, that's what me and my friends did. We were like, hey, let's just start a mini Bible study. And we had a 4-year Bible study at our house on Monday nights. And that's just something that we wanted to do as young 20-year-olds, I think I might have been 21
Right.
or 22. But anyways, all that to say, that's one encouragement that I would give you is to,
I that sounds awesome.
yeah, and I'm excited for you too. Please email me back. Let's talk because I'm sorry. I know that
You got it. No, you're all good.
okay. Alrighty then. Hey, thank you, Riley. Thank you so much for hopping on
Thank you,
on
Miles.
our call.
You got it. I'll be sure to tell my family. I'm sure they'll be pleased to hear that. Sounds awesome to me. Thank you.
Sounds good, Riley. Bye.